Well, good afternoon and welcome to the Empower Room. I'm your host, Rev T. I hope everyone is having a great day today and had the opportunity to enjoy your holiday. And let's get ready to do something.
Welcome to the Empower Room for empowering moments with your host, Timothy Hughes. Empowering Moments is brought to you by Empower Media LLC, where we empower you, parents, and the entire community with transformative information to move mind and spirit to a higher state of well-being. So welcome to the Empower Room, and let's get started.
All right, well, welcome to the Empower Room. I'm your host, Reverend Timothy B. Hughes, MDiv, and so glad to have you in the Empower Room with us on this Sunday at 3:30 p.m. We have been involved in this platform since the pandemic, and so grateful to have you guys with us on today. So Empower Media is a special social empowerment entity. And we empower community through social and digital media, book publishing, special programs that engage audiences such as young people, parents, to empower them as it relates to the educational field, for example, conflict resolution, at-risk type programs that we engaged in, and we have been involved with doing that for over 25 years. So we want to encourage you to check out our website, which is MPWR LLC1.com. Make sure you put the one at the end, and you'll be able to see the menu of services that we provide as far as our presentations are concerned. And also check out our store page as well, where we do have our first publication, In the Blink of an Eye, which you see behind me is the first publication of my personal testimony of an experience I had taking my wife out on February 14th, 2014. So I hope you check us out. The book is available on Amazon and it's been well received. And thank everyone who has purchased the book. And we're setting up book signings and going to be at book events, book festivals coming up in the coming months. So real excited about the schedule that is laid out for that. So Empowering Moments is about engaging in various topics that affect our community in a wide variety of different ways. We, for example, have been blessed to interview folks from Ecuador recently during our Summer Breeze series, if you will, that we've been doing. That's been getting very good reviews. I encourage you to check it out on YouTube. If you haven't seen it already, it is available there. So I want to encourage you to check us out there on YouTube and subscribe to our page. Also, we're looking for comments, send an emoji, that type of thing on our Facebook page as well. And we're also on X. So check us out on those social media outlets and look forward to your comments. And if you want to look at any of the previous shows that we have done, they're also available for you to view whenever you would like to view. So please check that out. So our engagement here in regard to empowering moments, we covered three concerns. One is dealing with culture, one is dealing with civic concerns, and one is dealing with consciousness. All right. So 3 C's: culture, civic concerns, and consciousness is what we cover. And we're blessed to have a wonderful guest with us this afternoon that's with us that I know personally and wanted him to share his testimony of what he has experienced in regard to his health. So at this time, I'd like to bring Mr. G on, Mr. G. Clemons, if we can bring him on with us. All right, what's going on, G? How you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine. How you doing?
All right, looking good, man. I like this shirt.
Oh yeah, a friend of mine got it for me.
All right, and your wife with you, Miss Trina?
Yes, she's sure.
Okay, all right. She's welcome to get in the frame if she likes to. That's fine, or however she wants to participate. So there we go, Trina. All right. Thank you all for joining us, man. I just, I just love what God has blessed you through for sure, and been wanting to have you to come on and share with the audience what you have been through as well. So, first off, how you all both doing at this time? Hey, you know, y'all,
Um,
I just noticed that. Check
No,
that out. I like
we try to coordinate a little bit. We
uh,
try. We try to clean up a little bit.
that. All right, yeah, looking good, looking good. All right, all right. So how y'all doing?
oh, we're doing fine.
Blessed. Yeah,
All
doing good.
right, all right. Good, good, good. Very good, very good. So, Mr. G, tell us about yourself. Tell us about yourself. I mean, what do you want people to know? Who is G? Who is G?
Well, G is a not your average fellow. Uh,
Okay.
um, I'm 52.
Our son and daughter-in-law on their way in, so you might hear them
I'm
disregard.
Okay.
I'm 52 years old. I live in St. Louis. Born and raised. And I don't know.
All right. That's cool. That'll work. All right, all right, right. All right. So, tell us about your health testimony. When did you start having health issues? What type of health issues were you having? And if you can pinpoint them at the time, maybe when that started, if you could.
Well, this was like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Um, I was diagnosed with congestive heart failure.
I see. I see. My goodness. Okay. 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 So, what's some of the things that you experienced with that, man?
Just being out of breath. It really just started from a checkup because they said my heart was weak and I had congestive heart failure, but I didn't believe it because I felt fine.
I
So
see.
over the years, it started progressing, and
Okay.
I found myself being out of breath. Uh, I thought it was a cold, and because it was developing fluid on my lungs,
Hmm.
but it was a cold I couldn't shake.
I hear you. I hear
That's
you.
I found out I was retaining water because my heart wasn't pumping strong enough um, for my lungs, and as a result, you start holding water. And then when your body, when one organ is weak, other ones start to compensate for it.
I
You know,
see.
to become stronger.
Okay.
So toward the end of toward when it really progressed, then my kidney started shutting down
Mm.
because it needed energy for my heart.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so the kidney shut down, and then I started getting out of breath. I couldn't even walk maybe
Mm.
2 quadrants while carrying something.
Wow. 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 I hear you.
Couldn't go from Walmart or the store or nothing
Right. Right.
without getting out of breath. And I went to Christian Northeast, which is
Mm.
located in St. Louis.
Mm.
And actually, I passed out at home. See,
Mm.
in the time, they put in a defibrillator before then,
Okay.
during the time to monitor my heart.
Right.
And
Right.
I was at home one day. We was just eating some tacos,
Mm.
and I was feeling weird.
Mm.
I passed out,
Okay.
and they rushed me over. The ambulance came and rushed me to Christian Northeast.
Mm.
And there for a few days,
Mm.
and the doctors they couldn't even understand the rhythm of my heart.
Is that right, man?
Yeah. They were baffled. I mean, because on the machine, it had a rhythm that they never seen before.
Wow.
And
Wow.
the doctors came in there and said, "I never seen a heart that weak before
Mm.
in
Mm.
all my times of practice."
Mm-hmm.
I said,
Mm-hmm.
"How you feeling?"
Mm-hmm.
"I feel fine."
Mm. Mm-hmm.
And they didn't know what to do, so they
Right.
told me to get out of there and go to Bourne.
Really? Okay. Okay. Okay.
So
Man,
they,
man. Yeah. So Trina, I want to pull you in. How were you dealing with this during this time?
Man, I don't even know. It's like I'm sitting here trying to fight back tears
Right,
now.
I see. I understand.
It was a lot.
Okay.
It was for lack of, I mean, or whatever other words that I can come up with right now. It was like we'd be sitting there, he, like he said, he'd get out of breath from time to time,
Right.
and he'd sleep a certain way. He couldn't lay down in the bed. He'd be sleeping on his knees, laying against the bed, or he might lay against the couch or something like that. And I'm like, we're getting older, man. I'm not gonna be able to do this too much longer.
Right.
He would be sometimes he wouldn't want to go to the hospital. It was fighting tooth and nail trying to get him there from time to time.
That ain't true.
But yeah, that's true. A lot of
To go to the
that time he did, but I said prior to that, there's been times that I'll be like, "You let me know if you want to go. Let me know if you want to go." And he'd be like, "I'm fine," but then by the middle of the day or late night, we can't take it anymore. He can't rest, so we go ahead and go. He had a lot of stints in the hospital before that actually really really happened, and so particular time, yeah, it was scary. It was scary. That's how I was feeling, but I was like, we got to do this and try to figure out what's going on because. Like you said, we were just eating tacos and it was good, but it just thought it was a routine, a little shortness of breath or whatever. But it was the guy had other plans that day. He really did.
I hear you. I hear you. And I think you had an extent where you were in a coma. Is that right, G? Were you in a coma for a while? Did they induce you to be in a coma for a minute?
Well, that's when I after Christian Northeast told me to get out of here and go to Barnes.
Mm-hmm.
They kicked me out.
Oh, wow.
And I was at home for like 3 days before I went to Barnes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Trying to figure things out.
Okay.
I was just at home. I was just chilling.
Right.
It was a Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't feeling that bad to go to the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to the room.
But he says
I took my shoes off and everything, and something just kept telling me to just go to the hospital.
Mm.
Just back and forth. One, it's just like you have the two entities on your shoulder, and one telling you,
right,
like, "No, just go tomorrow, man. You already just chill out, and watch you some TV, and just if you don't feel that well tomorrow, then just go."
Right.
Other part about me would say, "Gee, man, just get up and go.
Right.
You ain't got to lose.
Right.
What you better be safe than sorry.
Right.
You're not doing nothing. What you gonna do? Watch TV?
Right.
You've seen before. Just go ahead and go, and then tomorrow you ain't gotta go."
Mm-hmm.
So I went to the we drove to the emergency room at Barnes.
Mm-hmm.
And we patiently sat in a waiting room. She parked. I checked in with the security. We signed in, and after they called me, they finally called my name in the waiting room. You know how that goes.
I know. Yes.
And the lady took my pulse, and they took my pulse, and then they hooked up a small EKG on you.
Mm-hmm.
And then they rushed me to the back.
Wow.
And then when we got to the back, a lady came in, which I guess she was the head of the emergency room or something.
Mm-hmm.
And another doctor came in, and then people just started coming in with equipment.
Mm-hmm.
They just started coming in with putting in IVs and both arms, signing papers. And I said, "What am I signing?"
Mm-hmm.
He said, "You need to sign this because you may
if you don't wake
you
up.
may fall asleep and may not wake up."
Oh my goodness.
And he said, "What do you mean I might not wake up?"
He had some choice words when he said it.
Right.
So that's what you mean. I might
remember those
Yeah.
I got you.
I said, "F you mean I might not wake up?" That's the last, and I passed out.
Oh my goodness, man.
Passed out. But it seemed like I was semi passed out
Really?
because that wasn't a coma. Because I just signed the papers and passed out.
Wow.
So my heart stopped right after I signed the papers.
Isn't it something?
But
Jesus.
somehow I still remember it was like a shadow of them shoving that thing down my throat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, the what's it called?
It was about the size of a garden hose. I can't think of the
Right,
name.
right. I know what you're
It
talking about.
was him on the vent,
Yeah.
they could breathe for him.
Right, right,
They
right.
had asked me, are you his what's the word they always use? But anyway, the person that's in charge is gonna sign the papers or whatever for him. And I said,
I
yeah,
already signed the
yeah, he
papers.
is signed. But they asked me, was it okay? And I'm like, yeah, in that moment I was like, man, I don't know what I should do. Should I talk to his sister? Should I talk to but it was like time was of the essence. They needed a decision right then and there. They were
Right.
like, let us know so we can go ahead and get started. And I was like, you know what am I? This is my husband. What am I tripping off other people? And then I was fighting with myself, like he was saying he was doing. I was thinking, what if I let them do this, and then they put him on it, and then he does wake up, and maybe he's like not able to utilize his limbs and things, or his brain activity is dead or something
Right,
like that. That's
right.
my only thing going on. Or what if not? I mean, I didn't know what to do, but I was like, I'm just gonna do it because I hate to not do it.
Yeah, so they put in a respirator and that was Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So, and
This,
the Friday,
the second, yeah.
Friday the first, cause the second.
First was Jordan's birthday.
Then
Second.
Saturday came, and Sunday was the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Monday, I woke up Tuesday,
Mm-hmm.
and
On the 5th.
by that time, I guess everyone had came and left, to see me. They called the families to, how they do to come say your documents.
Yeah,
But
we had an emergency prayer for you, bro. I remember.
He did.
on the prayer line. Yep, I remember that. Yes, sir.
so during that time, on life support, I was in an all white room. Everything was there were no I knew it was a room because I knew it was a room.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't see the corners, you couldn't see the doors or windows. But I knew we had 2 windows and 2 doors.
Mm-hmm.
But it was white. I just knew where everything was.
Okay.
And it was like first person's view. It's just imagine looking out of your eyeballs and you can't see your body or nothing.
Right.
Just like a VR game.
Control the thing.
Oh,
But
got you. Okay. Yeah. Right.
so and time didn't exist.
Mm.
I was just in an all white room like a fish in a fishbowl.
Ain't that something?
And then Trina and her sister walked into the room,
Mm-hmm.
and they were talking to me. They had the same outfits that they because they recorded it.
Mm-hmm.
Walked in my room.
Yeah, I got a live video.
And they had on the same stuff.
Uh-huh.
And they were asking me,
I was saying, can you hear me? And he'll shake his head, yeah. I'll be like, you love me? He'd be like, yeah. I said, you understand? He'll shake his head, no. I said, Tanya here, you love Tanya? And he said, shake his head, yeah. And Tanya said, oh, I love you, baby, or whatever. But he had no information of it. When he woke up and I asked him, did he know we were there? He said, no. I said, you didn't hear us talking to you yesterday because you were nodding yes and no. He said, yeah. And I talked to the doctors. They told me that it's a specific medication that they give you so that you know what the pain, so they know what your pain level is, so they know what to give you and what not to give you.
I see. Man, that's something. So So okay, so going to how did the transplants take place? How did that happen?
That was late. That's down the road. How long do we have on this podcast?
Got about another 10 minutes.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, so after that, they had to put me on a. They tried other methods. The heart transplant is a very last resort.
Okay.
They have to cost everything else first.
Okay.
So they put a balloon pump in to try to help my heart pump, but that can only stay in for 6 weeks.
Okay.
So after 6 weeks, they had to take it out. They moved on to another thing where they went in through an artery, my shoulder, and one in my neck. And after they exhausted those, when because it's only designed to be on for a certain amount of time.
So
then they went on and put me on the list, on the transplant list.
Okay.
On the donors list.
Okay.
And I was on the list just waiting. I still had the last thing in me, but the support thing, like in my shoulder.
Right.
They only had a certain amount of time for that to stay in, but they'll leave. They won't take it out. They'll leave it in, but you got 3 weeks on it.
Wow.
So my heart had to come in within 3 weeks.
Look at you.
So it got down to like a week and a half, 2 weeks and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Then they put me on the list. It's a level 2.
Okay.
Levels what? 1 through 6? 1
through
8?
10.
I thought it was 8.
And so the heart came through. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. They came in my room and said, "Mr. Clemons, your heart has just arrived. We need you to not eat or drink anything from here on out to the surgery. We're gonna have some nurses to come in and prep you for surgery." They moved me from that room to another.
Okay.
And they prepped me in the room, and then I went downstairs to the operating level to another room where they give you your anesthesia and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the anesthesia is so smooth. I was just because I was so used to being shot up with stuff and falling asleep, and it got to a point it was a game.
Right.
I was trying to see how long it's gonna take this time.
Okay.
So this anesthesia was so smooth, it seemed like it wasn't working.
Oh, wow.
And then you think, I don't remember nothing.
Really? Goodness gracious.
But somehow in the operating room, I can see them working on me.
Mm-hmm.
It was fuzzy, and it was like snapshots operating on me.
Okay.
And I didn't remember none of this until I woke up a couple of days later. It came back to mind. But I woke up. Actually, they kept me in a coma for 2 days after the surgery.
Okay.
They just wanted me to just lay there. They didn't want me to move or nothing.
Right.
When I woke up, then I saw the scar and figured I made it.
Right. Praise God. Yeah.
The anesthesia, he's telling me, nobody believes him. He's always been like this. When he's under, he can hear everything. He everything they talking about. Always. And they don't believe it until he can tell them what they were talking about.
Right, man.
I had a conversation with the surgeon while they was operating on.
Yeah.
They was talking about pizza. And I said, have you ever tried Angelo's on Farmer Road? I tried, they're good. And they had me wide open.
Yeah.
And he was like, I never witnessed nothing like that before.
Right.
Yeah, we stay around you. We can't be talking to other people.
That is
So,
awesome. That is awesome. That is awesome. So, have you, in regard to, so that was in relation to the heart. So, was the kidney and the heart from the same person, or?
when the heart came in, the heart and the kidney came in from the same person.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, he he passed away from well, he went to the hospital for something else, but
Hmm.
he had complications from the medicine that they gave him.
Oh my goodness.
He kind of slipped into a coma, and they
Really?
had life support.
Man.
So he signed papers just like I did,
Right, right.
and it got to a point where he got down to donor part of it.
Uh-huh.
He went and he signed it,
Mm-hmm.
and my blood type is O positive, which is rare.
Right.
And he just happened to be O positive.
Is that right? Isn't that something? Isn't that something? So you had the opportunity to meet the family of the donor. Is that correct?
Yeah, the donor's family, the donor name, his name's Eric. I
Okay.
call him Big E.
Biggie. Okay. Okay.
He
Okay.
lives in Indiana, and
Indiana.
we drove up there on the anniversary uh,
Last September.
last September to visit the family because they were having a memorial
For him.
for him.
I hear you. I hear you. So
And
how was that experience for you and for them? And what was that like? What was that like?
I'll let her.
It was beautiful. When I say everything was seamless, we had been talking to the fiance. He has twins. They're 6 now. We follow them. We talk to them all the time. We have a bonus family now. So I said we Christmas gifts and we sent them birthday gifts. They call G Daddy's heart or
Oh,
whatever. They said they talk to their dad all the time. He said they seriously believe the mom. Everybody believes that he's with them. He sends them signs all the time. They talk. They talk to him at night. You know what I'm saying, or whatever.
okay.
And we talked to her the other day, but they're talking about us getting back together again this year, but not so big with the big family, just me and them and G, so we can actually talk back and forth. About a lot of things and.
Right.
It amazing. I mean, they even went and got the grandma to the nursing home, and she was so glad to see G. The mama said she hadn't cried the whole year when he passed away, but when she saw G, she would not let him go. We were there from like noon to about midnight that night, and then we took the step mom and the dad the next day to breakfast, and
Oh,
they were just crying, crying, crying. G took his little stethoscopes and they were listening to his heart the whole time. She's like, "That's my baby's heart," and the daddy didn't know what to do. He just kept crying. I got him a tissue, and I'm
right.
like, just cry. I
Right.
mean,
Right.
this, and they were so glad. There were so many things they didn't know, and she's like, I just want to see my son in him. Does he do this? Does he do that? Does he like sweets? Does he this? And that? It's like Jimmy and this guy are seeing. God knew what he was doing. I kid you
Yes.
not. I mean, they one and the same. They both worked on everything. They both love music. They ain't met a stranger,
Right.
and it's just amazing. It's weird. Now, like even when he came out of his room, G sees the numbers 222 all the time. The room he went into was 222. You know what I mean, or whatever. It happened at 222.
Because I always see 414.
Do you?
Yeah, that's my birthday.
Do yeah, really? Yeah. I don't know where 222 came from. We looked it up. It's the angels are telling you not to be alarmed. Everything's gonna be fine and all that.
Right. Right.
Because
Right. Man,
numbers.
that's something. That's something. That's something. Man,
Really.
yes, indeed. Well, this I wanted to definitely have you to come on, G and Trina, to share this miraculous story. With all that we've got going on in our world and all that, it's good to hear good news and
Yeah.
hear miraculous news, so that people know that God is still in
In the
the making business for sure.
Yeah.
He's still doing wonders. That's for sure. So I want to thank you all so much for coming on. And G, so how long has it been since you have had the transplant? How long has it been, after since you've had the transplant?
September 25th.
September 25th, it will be my 2-year mark.
2-year mark. 2-year mark. And you feeling good? Feeling fine?
Yeah, when I came home, I was so weak.
Okay.
I see before But while I was waiting on the transplant,
Mhm.
they keep telling me to they wanted me to walk and move around and exercise and build up much strength as possible.
And now we know
I
why.
couldn't understand. I'm like, but then when after the surgery, I was so weak. I had to use a walker. I,
Okay.
for me to walk, 1/4 length was um
A major task. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I got you. I got you. But look at God. Look at God. Look at God. Look at God, man. You can't tell me what he can't.
Mhm.
That's for sure.
Ain't nobody tell me.
I was 95 pounds when I came
Like
home.
98. Yep.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Ooh, man, 98 pounds. Good gracious. Okay. Whew, well, we thank God. We thank God. We thank God that you are, God bless you with the transplant. He had a ram in the bush. You was right on time with all, you had to go through. And we know because we were, in prayer at that time, we were praying. We had prayer every Sunday. We're once a month now, but we're grateful that you're doing well, and Trina's doing well, and everybody's doing well, and y'all came to my 50th birthday party, and I'm just was so glad to see you all, there, and everybody that was there, even in the midst of that crazy storm and tornadoes. Everybody, for all that showed up.
Good, I said, yep.
Yep. So, anything else y'all want to share before
Just
we end?
God is good.
Okay.
Um,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. What'd you
Yeah,
say?
we got to do part two.
Okay. Okay. Right. Exactly.
2 years more. Yeah, that was a 2 years more, I guess. Yeah.
All right. All right. Yeah, we'll definitely have to do that. But I thank you all so much for coming on and sharing your testimony, G and Trina. I really appreciate it very much. And y'all definitely got a book you need to write for sure.
I keep saying it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to
Yes,
see
indeed.
in it. I have to. It's too much. Nobody would understand. Oh, nobody but you, because
Right,
you've been
right,
through
right, right,
it.
right, for sure. I truly understand. Truly understand.
Yeah,
That's for
yeah.
sure. Yeah, but God is good. I'm so glad that you all are doing well, and thank you all so much for joining us in the Empower Room. And many blessings to you guys. Continued blessings to you all, and thanks again for coming to the Empower Room. All right.
Thanks for
Okay.
having us.
I'm also send you a link to add at the bottom of the description.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, a link to for you or anyone else that wants to tap in for any other videos that I might make. But
Okay. Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good, and I can send you guys a copy of this too. This
Oh,
interview. As well. Okay.
all right. Thank you.
okay,
I look forward to it.
All
All
right.
right.
All right.
Bless
All
all
right.
right,
All right. Love y'all. Y'all take care
you.
now.
love
All
you
right.
too.
Bye bye.
All right.
All right now. All right. All right. Well, thank you all for being with us in the Empower Room on today. You've heard this powerful testimony of G and his wife, Trina, sharing what he went through in regard to his heart transplant and kidney transplant. I've been wanting to have them on for a minute, and so grateful that they were on with us on today. And many blessings to them and to their family. And anybody who may not believe that there is a God, I hope that you have rethought it and have learned that there is from G and Trina's testimony. All right. All right. So, empowering moments. Thank you all again. We're in our Summer Breeze series, and we're so grateful to have everyone that has been with us in the Empower Room. We want you to please check out our website at MPWR LLC1.com. We look forward to our next edition on next Sunday. Where we'll have a special guest where we'll be talking about educational empowerment. So looking forward to our guests coming on next week. And hey, y'all understand what we're going through, what's going on politically and all that. Please make sure you register to vote. Let's get prepared to vote. Encourage everyone to please read. I know it's a lengthy read, but check out that Project 2025 and see what that's all about. And I think that will wake up your consciousness if you are concerned or on the fence about whether you're going to vote or not. So definitely please check that out. You'll see many posts on social media trying to share with us what that encompasses as well. Let's stay awake. Let's stay woke. All right. And be aware of what's going on as we prepare to really face a very serious election coming up in November. All right, so God bless. Thanks again for G and Trina for being on with us in the Empower Room. Thank my daughter Nia. Thank you for running the boards for me. I sure appreciate it. Love you very much. And definitely, again, we pray that you do something. And we'll see you all on next Sunday at 3:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right, God bless. Don't forget to do something.
Thank you for joining us in the Empower Room. Hope you have received some impactful information. Please like or leave a comment. See you next week in the Empower Room, brought to you by Empower Media LLC and your host, Reverend Timothy Hughes, aka Rev T.